Welcome, new people, and welcome, old people, the ones that has returned and support me regularly. Today, we are going to speak on Juneteenth. Juneteenth. Uh, my daughter said that I should have spoke on it on Juneteenth. Uh, but I was so busy with everything else that I didn't realize. So here I am. And I will call this Freedom Delayed. Uh, in 1863, during the American Civil War, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, which declared more than 3 million slaves living in the Confederate States to be free. And that was the South, the Confederate States. Uh, but more than 2 years passed before reaching slaves in Texas. Okay, it was not until June 19th, 1865, when Union soldiers reached Galveston, Texas, residents finally learned that slavery had been abolished. 2 years. This is very unrealistic. Okay. Uh, Former slaves immediately began to celebrate with prayer, feasting, and songs and dance. So I'm going to explain uh, where all this came from and why it took 2 years. Okay, January the 1st, 1863, Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. Uh, if freed all, it freed all enslaved people uh, in the Confederacy, the former U.S. states that had taken the election of an anti-slavery president as reason to succeed from the Union. So the uh, in other words, Southern states split from the Northern states because they didn't like the president. So they split and elected their own president, which was Jefferson Davis. Okay, slavery was still legal in the North, where were not required to end the practice, nor were slaves granted the rights of American citizenship. So in the North, they had slavery. Okay. In the South, the proclamation was intended as a reward and punishment to the South. If a succeeded state chose to return to the Union before January the 1st, it would not have to make slavery illegal. If it refused to return before that date, its enslaved people would be declared free. Now, uh, let me say that again. If a succeeded state chose to return to the Union before January the 1st, it would not have to make slavery illegal. If it refused to return before that date, its enslaved people would be declared free. Okay. Confederate President Jefferson Davis, since Southern slaveholders felt the North had no authority over them, they deferred to their president, which was Jefferson Davis. They felt no obligation to follow Lincoln's orders. So they did not do what Abraham Lincoln told them to do and what he would do if they did not return. I guess they didn't believe he would do that, so they didn't return. Okay, so, okay. Proclamation became free by force, either by self liberation or by intervention from uh, uh, the Union soldiers, the soldiers from the North. Therefore, after the war had ended and was won by the North, the Confederacy conceded and by law had to follow Lincoln's orders and also free its slaves after 2 years. So, because the North won, the Southern states had to return, thus making it United States of America. And also, they had to free the slaves. That's why it took Texas 2 more years because it was intentional by the South. And that's why they kept the slaves because they did not listen to what Abraham Lincoln had said because the South did not consider Lincoln as their president. That's why it took 2 years for the Union to win and thus take over everything. And by law, they had to release the slaves and come back to the Union, you know, to make it the United States of America. That's what happened. Okay. In conclusion, it was by God's grace the last slaves was freed by Union soldiers because the Union won and was now the law of the land, and the Confederacy had to follow Lincoln's orders. and thus freedom, and now a new holiday, Juneteenth. And that's how it came about. So I hope you all enjoyed the history lesson, and I hope you subscribe, and thumbs up. I enjoyed the history lesson. I enjoyed this. So I hope you're all good, the new and returning, and keep returning. And thank you all for watching my channel. God bless and take care of yourself and others. And I see you again in a week for more history lessons. Thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you.